Now, the date on which you will prepare your financial statements is, the date of financial statements is 31st March 2026, let's say. So as on this date you will prepare your financial statements. This is date of financial statements. Now let's say management has completed preparation of financial statements on some 15th of April 2026. Okay, as on 15th of April 2026, management has actually prepared the financial statements and approved those financial statements for submitting to the auditor. Okay, so here you can say approval by management for the final version of financial statements by management have been approved on 15th April 2026. And after management approves the financial statements, they will be given to whom? To auditor, so that auditor will conduct the audit and he will give audit report. So let's say auditor has completed his audit and given his audit report on some 20 May. On 20 May 2026, auditor's report, the date of audit report, date of audit report. Okay, this is the date of audit report. Now here management, they have prepared financial statements as on 31st March 2026. That means they have considered all the events, all the transactions that have occurred till this date, right? All these events have been considered by them in preparing the financial statements. Now as per your accounting standards, is it AS 18 which deals with subsequent events? I guess it is AS 18 only. Let me segment reportation. Huh? Okay, let me just check. AS4. AS4, it deals with subsequent events. Now, as per your AS4, the definition of subsequent events was those events that will occur between the date of financial statements and the date on which management has approved those financial statements. All these events, okay, all those events that occur between these two dates will be known as subsequent events for the purpose of AS4, accounting standard 4. That means for the purpose of your accounts, subsequent events means those events that occur between date of financial statements and the date on which management approves the financial statements. Now, first of all, what is the purpose of these subsequent events? Why you are looking about these subsequent events? Because in these subsequent events, there will be two types of subsequent events. Okay, one is non-adjusting subsequent events, and another one is adjusting subsequent events. Do you know what is meant by non-adjusting subsequent events and adjusting subsequent events? Have you discussed AS4 in accounts? There, basically, after the date of financial statements, various events will occur. Various events and transactions will occur. Let's say, for example, after 31st March 2026, some sale transaction has occurred. Is that a subsequent event? After 31st March 2026, a sale transaction has occurred. Is that a subsequent event? Is that not a subsequent event? It is a subsequent. See, all the events that occur between date of financial statements and date on which management has approved the financial statements will be subsequent events for the purpose of accounting standard. See, still we are discussing accounting standard only. We haven't entered into auditing standard. Now, a sale has occurred on 1st April 2026. That is a subsequent event. But tell me, is that sale having any impact on events that were present before 31st March 2026? A sale has occurred on 1st April 2026. Is that sale having any impact on the events that were present before? No impact. See, this sale belongs to this year. The sale that has happened after 31st March 2026, you need not make any adjustments about that sales transaction in the previous financial year, right? You will account for it in the current financial year, right? So, this is a subsequent event only, but non-adjusting subsequent event. Why? Because of this subsequent event, you are not required to adjust the financial statements as on 31st March 2026. Understood? Understood? So, transactions like sales, purchases, or purchase of any fixed asset, all these transactions occurring after 31st March 2026, they will be non-adjusting subsequent events, because those transactions you need not adjust in the previous year financial statements, or you need not disclose those transactions in the previous year financial statements. Got it? So that is known as non-adjusting subsequent events. Now, is auditor concerned about these non-adjusting subsequent events? No, because you are auditing financial statements of 2025-2026. So you will be concerned with only transactions that have occurred in that period. Okay. Now coming to adjusting subsequent event. Now tell me, what is meant by adjusting subsequent event? Previous year financial statements. Okay, those events that have occurred between the date of financial statements and the date on which management has approved the financial statement, and this event will require adjustment of an amount that is present in the financial statements of previous year, or that requires a disclosure in the financial statements of previous year. Some of the examples of this nature: let's say fire has occurred. Okay, first example, on 5th April 2026, fire occurred in the entity. Now, if fire has occurred in the entity on 5th April, because of that, will you adjust the inventory as on 31st March? Then why you are telling this as adjusting event? You will just, there will be loss, but you will not adjust the amounts that are present on the 31st March. So occurring fire is not a adjusting subsequent event. Okay, if you want, you can give, at max you might give a disclosure in the previous year financial statement that a fire has occurred, but you will not adjust any amounts. So this is not a adjusting subsequent event. The best example could be, let's say on 31st March, no, let's say now in case of customs duty, what happens is, if you export certain value of goods, you will get like some credits, you will get like cashback. There is a specific term in the custom duty, but you can understand it as a cashback or a rebate of the duty that you have paid. Okay, at the time of making the sale, you will pay custom duty. Let's say for financial year 2025-26, you have exported certain goods, and on those goods you have paid custom duty of some 20 lakhs, and on 10th April 2026, customs department has intimated you that for the exports that you have made in the previous year, you are eligible for a credit of 10 lakh rupees. That means out of the 20 lakh custom duty that you have paid, you will get back 10 lakh rupees as export credit. There will be various credits that will be available in case of custom duty. So you will get 10 lakh rupees. Now, when did this event occurred? On 10th April 2026, customs department has confirmed that you will get 10 lakh rupees. And already you have paid 20 lakh rupees. So you can make this adjustment of 10 lakh rupees for this 20 lakh rupees. So this event is adjusting the financial statement of previous year. Okay, this event has occurred after the balance sheet date only, but it is impacting or making adjustment in the financial statement. So this becomes a adjusting subsequent event. Got it? Which is adjusting the previous year amounts. Now auditor is concerned with these type of adjusting subsequent events, because management has to identify all these adjusting subsequent events and has to make proper adjustments in the financial statements. So auditor has to verify whether management has identified all these adjusting subsequent events and made proper adjustments in the financial statements or not. Okay, so basically in case of subsequent events, auditor is concerned with adjusting subsequent events. But so till now we have discussed from the point of view of accounting, but for the purpose of audit, the definition of subsequent event changes somewhat. Okay, there will be a minor difference. In case of accounts, we told that those events that occur between date of financial statements and the date on which management has approved the financial statements. But for the purpose of audit, subsequent events are those events that occur between the date of the financial statements and the date of auditor's report. Okay, all these events will be known as subsequent events. So you can just, for the purpose of our understanding, as far as accounting is concerned, these will be treated as subsequent events, right? Let us call them as subsequent event 1, just for the purpose of our understanding. Okay, and for the purpose of auditing, those events that occur in this period will also be treated as subsequent events. Let us call this as subsequent event 2. So for the purpose of auditing, SE1 and SE2 will be treated as subsequent event only. Next, still, now after you give the audit report to the management, what the management will do? Management will issue it to the public. After you give the audit report to the management, management will issue audited financial statements along with the audit report to the public. Let's say management has issued audit report to the public on some 15th June 2026. So on this date, management has issued the financial statements and the audit report to public. Okay. Now, if auditor finds about a fact that is related to 31st March 2026, in this period, okay, there is a particular item that is relevant to the 31st March 2026. That item has occurred before 31st March 2026, but in all these periods, auditor don't know about that item. Okay, the fact about that item is known to the auditor in this period, that is before issuing to the public and the date of auditor's report. Here auditor has issued audit report to the management, and after issuing the audit report to the management, now auditor came to know about a particular matter that is related to 31st March 2026. Okay, this will also be treated as subsequent event for the purpose of audit. Let us call this as SE3. See, this SE1, SE2, SE3, these terms, they are not there in the standard. Just for the purpose of our understanding, I am naming them as SE1, SE2, SE3. Okay. So, those facts that were known to the auditor after the date of audit report, but before the financial statements are issued to the public, they will also be treated as subsequent events. Next, the financial statements are issued to the public. Auditor came to know about a particular fact after financial statements are issued to the public. Okay, this will also be treated as subsequent event, provided it will impact the 31st March 2026 financial statements. Let us call this as SE4. Okay, so for the purpose of audit, all this will be treated as subsequent events. Got it? Now, we will be seeing in each of the subsequent event what audit procedures auditor has to perform. Okay, understood?